Halo, selamat datang di channel Nyaring. Di sini kalian bisa menikmati berbagai cerita-cerita bahasa Inggris. Jangan lupa untuk pencet tombol subscribe dan like dan share, ya. Agar kalian selalu mendapatkan cerita terbaru. Terima kasih. Whittington. Retold by Russell Punter, illustrated by Barbara Vagonzi. Dick Whittington. Retold by Russell Punter, illustrated by Barbara Vagonzi. There was once a boy called Dick Whittington. He lived on his own in the country. Dick was very, very poor. He had no money for fancy clothes, yummy food, or warm, dry home. I need a job, he thought. So he looked for work. He asked boatmen, builders, and blacksmiths, but no one needed help. One morning, Dick saw a farmer. "Can you give me a job?" he asked. "Sorry, nothing here. Why not try London?" said the man. Dick knew London was a big city, many miles away. "They say the streets are made of gold," says the farmer. "Gold," thought Dick. "I'll be rich," he thanked the farmer instead of once. Dick walked for miles and miles and miles, but when he walked in London, the streets weren't made of gold at all. They're just dirty and smelly, thought Dick. He looked for work once more. He asked bakers, butchers, and food vendors, but no one needed help. Soon it was dark. Dick needed somewhere to spend the night. This will have to do. He curled up the steps of a big house and fell asleep. The next morning, Dick woke to hear someone shouting in his ear, "Get off these steps!" A woman stood over him. "Go away!" she yelled. Before Dick could move, a man came out of the house. "Go back to the kitchen, Mrs. Curry." "Are you all right, son?" he asked. "Come inside." Dick had never been in such a grand house before. It was full of beautiful things. "Wow! Welcome to my house," said the man. "My name is Mr. Fitzwarren. My ships take things to be sold all over the world." Mr. Fitzwarren gave Dick a job in his kitchen. Dick spent the day washing pots, cleaning floors, and peeling carrots. It was a hard work, but Dick was happy with his new job, and everyone in the house was kind to him. "Good job, Dick. Well done, lad." "Well, almost everyone out my way, Scruffpot." His first day's work, Dick was taken to the very door of his house. The room was small, but Dick didn't mind a bed of my own. Just as he began to fall asleep, he heard a loud squeak. A mouse squeezed out of a hole in the floorboards, followed by another squeak and another squeak, squeak, squeak. Seconds later, the whole room was full of mice. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Dick couldn't get a wink of sleep. It was the same every night. Just as Dick hit the pillow, again, the mice came out. Squeak, squeak. The mice drove Dick crazy. "I must get rid of them," he thought. Squeak, squeak, squeak. A week later, Mr. Fitzwarren gave Dick his first ever wages. Wow, a whole penny. Dick couldn't wait to go out and spend his money. That afternoon, he visited the big city market. There were hundreds of stalls. Dick had never seen so many things for sale. I could be here for hours. Then he suddenly saw just what he needed. A cat will keep those noisy mice away, thought Dick. He brought the biggest cat from the store and ran home. I'll call you Tom. That night the mice appeared as usual. By this time, Dick was ready for them. Go get them, Tom. Tom the cat chased the mice back into their holes. At last I can get a good night's sleep, thought Dick. Well done, Tom. Dick and his cat curled up and fell fast asleep. A few days later, Mr. Fitzwarren called his servants together. One of my ships are going on a sailing trip, he said. If you have anything you want to sell, you can go on the ship. It sails tonight. Dick thought for a moment. He only had one thing to sell, his cat. Maybe someone will give me 2 pennies for Tom, he thought. Dick put his cat in the cart that was going to Mr. Fitzwarren's ship. That evening, Dick couldn't sleep. He felt bad about saying Tom. The mice were back too. The next day, The next day, he wandered around half asleep. Wake up, you lazy boy, growled the cook. Work harder. From then on, she made Dick work twice as hard as anyone else. She was made for a month. I'm going back to the country, thought Dick. Early one morning, he slipped out of the house. He walked and walked until he had almost left London. Just then, the church bells rang out. That's strange, thought Dick. The bells sound like they're calling to me. Trying to get a Whittington, thrice mayor of London. They told me to go back, he realized. They're saying I'll be the mayor 3 times, how odd. Dick could hardly believe his ears, but he went back to Mr. Fitzwarren's house. A surprise was waiting for him. Congratulations, Dick, boomed Mr. Fitzwarren. You're rich. Rich? Me? The king of Barbary brought your cat. His palace was full of mice, and Tom chased them off. Mr. Fitzwarren handed Dick 2 bags bursting with gold. Here you are. Dick used the money to buy and sell things, just like Mr. Fitzwarren. He grew up to be one of the richest men in the city. What's more, the bells were right. Dick became mayor of London 3 times! Wonderful Whittington! Hooray for Dick! 3 cheers for the mayor! Bye guys! See you next time! I hope you subscribe and like inside my channel. Bye!